If VA denied your claim, simply submitting more evidence isn't enough. The evidence needs to be new and relevant. Under VA regulations, new evidence is evidence that wasn't previously part of the actual record before VA decision makers. Relevant evidence is information that tends to prove or disprove a matter at issue in your claim. Let's break that down. New doesn't necessarily mean the evidence was just created. It means the evidence wasn't previously part of the actual record before VA decision makers. Relevant means the evidence actually matters to something VA needs to decide in your claim. Let's use some examples. Let's start with sleep apnea. A veteran files a claim for sleep apnea, but VA denies the claim because the evidence doesn't establish a current diagnosis. After the denial, the veteran undergoes a sleep study, receives a diagnosis of sleep apnea, and submits that medical evidence to VA. This is new and relevant evidence. It's new because the evidence wasn't previously part of the record. And it's relevant because it addresses the missing current disability. Now let's look at Achilles tendinitis. A veteran has a current diagnosis of Achilles tendinitis, but VA denies the claim because the evidence doesn't establish an in-service injury or event. After the denial, the veteran submits a statement from someone who served with them and witnessed the veteran injure the Achilles tendon during physical training. This is new and relevant evidence. It's new because the statement wasn't previously part of the record. And it's relevant because it addresses the missing in-service injury. Now, let's use gout of the right great toe. VA accepts that the veteran has a current diagnosis of gout of the right great toe. The evidence also establishes that the veteran experienced symptoms involving the right great toe during military service. But VA denies the claim because the evidence doesn't establish a connection between the current gout and those symptoms during service. After the denial, the veteran submits a medical opinion connecting the current gout to the symptoms experienced during military service. This is new and relevant evidence. It's new because the medical opinion wasn't previously part of the record. And it's relevant because it addresses the missing connection or nexus between the current disability and military service. Now, even when new and relevant evidence addresses the reason your claim was previously denied, that doesn't automatically mean VA will grant the claim. For example, if the missing element was a nexus and you submit a new medical opinion supporting that nexus, VA still has to evaluate that medical opinion along with the other evidence in your claim. Now notice what our three examples demonstrated. With sleep apnea, the missing element was the current disability. With Achilles tendinitis, the missing element was the in-service event or injury. And with gout, the missing element was the nexus. There's another important distinction. Evidence can be new without being relevant. Let's say VA already accepts that you have a current disability, but your claim was denied because the evidence doesn't establish a connection between that disability and your military service. You submit another medical record that simply confirms the diagnosis VA has already accepted. That medical record may be new because it wasn't previously part of the record, but it doesn't tend to prove or disprove a matter at issue in the claim. It isn't relevant. That's why it's important to read your VA decision and understand why your claim was denied. Was the missing element a current disability? Was it an in-service event, injury, or disease? Or was it the nexus between your current disability and military service? Once you identify what was missing, you have a better idea of what evidence may actually address that issue. So when you hear new and relevant evidence, remember, new, it wasn't previously part of the actual record before VA decision makers. Relevant, it tends to prove or disprove a matter at issue in your claim. If you found value in this video, give me the thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Veterans, helping veterans.